Alright, here I am in my new space. Day 4 of my new existence in solitude. Unexplained why. So this morning, I got up, moved my meager belongings here, and decided to scout out around some of the other condos that I hadn't looked at just to be nosy. Because guess what? I own the whole building. I own the whole world. So, I started going around, looking. Everything was pretty similar, rich people stuff, high-end appliances, big TVs, closets full of fancy designer clothes. Nothing all that interesting. But then, one place. I opened the door, and I saw something, and I smelled something, and I knew might be fun. They had fancy rugs on the floor and a bunch of microphones set up, several guitars, a keyboard. This was a musician's spot. They had a amazing laptop that was hooked up. Everything was fed into that, so, Pro Tools or something like that. I would never claim to be a musician, although I do strum the old guitar every now and again, but this was someone who knew what they were doing. But what really caught my eye was something on the table that musicians are known to indulge in, and that was a large bag of marijuana. Now, I haven't touched this stuff myself since my college days, which is quite a while ago. But I thought, what the hell? It's a whole new world. It's my world. So I took it out, broke it up. Everything was there. I whipped up a fairly thick joint, and I proceeded to smoke it. Now, I have indulged in the past, but I was no longer able to tolerate it very well. So before I knew it, I was almost out cold, and I crawled over to the fridge to get something to quench my parched throat and mouth. Inside, they had lots of drinks. They had beer, they had water, all kinds of high-end refreshments. But I grabbed a nice Gatorade, drained the bottle, eased a little bit of the cotton that I was feeling in my mouth, and then I thought, I'm hungry. They didn't have any food, and that wasn't what I wanted anyway. What I wanted was some McDonalds. Now, I had a dilemma, because it's pretty clear there's not going to be anybody at McDonald's. But I thought, I probably can make something happen myself. So I staggered down the stairs, got into the car. Bad idea. Kids? There's no kids. If anybody comes back, don't do drugs. This isn't a drug, but don't drive when you're impaired. I was impaired, and I drove very slowly to the McDonald's. Pulled up, got out, went inside, still smoking another joint, really foolishly. Here we go, there's a picture of me waiting. So I went behind, and this was of course 7 a.m. There's food around, breakfast stuff. It's all perfectly intact, as McDonald's is known to do. It's only been 4 days. Went back to the big fridge and freezer in the back, and I located some fries and some patties and some buns and some cheese. Brought that all out. Everything was on. I'm amazed stuff hasn't burned down yet, but I figured out the oil was on. I threw some fries in. I put down about, 6, 8 patties. Got that all working, and I figured out how to do it. Salted the fries, cooked up some burgers, had some buns, and went over and got myself a nice large Coke. Got this stuff already. I think it was quadruple burgers with cheese, ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard. Large order of fries. And I took that over and with my joint and my Coke, sat down in a booth. And I tore into it. I don't think I breathed much. I got that stuff down, and then I started to think, maybe this was not such a good idea, because I started to feel green. I smoked too much. So I thought, I'm just going to lie down here in the booth for a moment. I'm not sure how long it actually was, because I passed out. And when I woke up, I thought, what is this stickiness I'm in? And I realized it was actually my own vomit. I had thrown up all over myself and the ground. So I got up, took off my shirt, took off my jeans, wiped myself off, threw that stuff down, and thought, well, I guess that's my last meal at McDonald's. And I left the building wearing only my boxer shorts and my shoes. Got back in the car, drove back here, and I've been relaxing for the last few hours. And I finally feel sober enough to tell this tale. Lights are still on. Nobody is still home.